Welcome back. Once again, adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate 0. In the last episode, which surprisingly wasn't short by the way, Rintaro had finally come to terms with Kurisu being alive and well, and that he was once again back in the Alpha worldline. But then he finally remembered the last words that she'd spoken to him before he left, and to the fact that she was still looking at the ground at the Future Gadget laboratory, and something clicked in his head, and his suspicion paid off, because lo and behold, the Phonewave TBA, believed to have been dismantled, the very thing that CERN was after to begin with on the Alpha worldline, has now been restored. And I think we have Kurisu to thank for that. Now, as to the reason why the Phonewave TBA is on the ground to begin with, for those of you who have been watching my Let's Play of Steins Gate, they used to sit on the desk of the just here, but and it also used to have a door on it as well, since it was a microwave. But one day Mayuri opened the door and caused the electrical discharge to perform some kind of increase in mass, which not only broke the table, but made a huge hole in the floor, which is probably still there, which which explains why it's still sitting on the cushion. But of course, goes without saying that on the 13th of August 2010, Kurisu upgraded the Phonewave TBA into the vaunted Time Leap machine. Future Gadget number 8. It was the gadget that had changed the fate of myself and the fate of the world.
Doste? それは破棄したんじゃなかったのか?
ええ、破棄したわ。
But it looks like she rebuilt it.
これは私が新しく作り直したの。言ってみれば電話レンジ解ね。正しくはカッコ仮がつくんだった。それなら電話レンジカッコ仮解になる。
You used to complain about the fact that it was called the Phonewave TBA.
名前なんてどうだっていい。作り直したって。どうしてそんなことを？
過去にメールを送るためよ。
So she intends to send an
メールを
email.
送って世界線を変えるの。
As Rintaro said to Suzuha, especially in the Funimation dub of Steins Gate 0, you can't just send an email to change world lines. It breaks the fundamental rules that govern our universe.
あんたにとっては戻すって言った方がいいのかもね。世界線を。
I hate to say this, Kurisu genius girl that you are, but are you presuming to say that you can succeed where Rintaro, Okabe, and Horin Kiyoma have failed?
これ完成したのはね、実は1ヶ月以上前なの。それからはひたすらここに立って送るべきか送らないでおくべきか悩み続けてた。それがまさかあんたの方から来るなんてね。
Believe me, Kurisu, we didn't expect you to be here. alive of all things.
何を？
ねえ岡部、あんたついさっき別の世界線から来たでしょ。
Nothing gets past your curious perception. Does it,
それ
Kurisu?
もベータ世界線から違う？
Yeah.
気づいてたのか。
In other words, we've already made the choice to end your life. And now you're telling us to do it again.
あんたがあんなことするはずないもの。
あんなこと？
That was my question entirely.
だからあんな風に私を抱きしめたりとかそういうことよ。
Did I remind you that on the Alpha Worldline, Rintaro Okabe and Kurisu Makase were more than just friends, more than just lab members. They were lovers. It was all so wonderful. The way her cheeks reddened in embarrassment as she looked away, the way she pursed her lips, the way she fiddled with the ends of her hair. Everything was just so wonderful. I realized it again. I was in love with her.
さらに言えばその世界線の変動は誰か別の人の手によるものであんたが好き好んで変動させたわけじゃない。
And that brings me to my next point. Even if you send a D-mail that changes the past, there is nothing currently to prevent this from happening again.
当たってる？
That is
す
correct.
べてを見通しというわけか。
I wonder if she knows about Amadeus. In the beta world
ど
line,
れだ
that
け
is.
あんたのこと見てきたと思ってるのよ。あ、いや違うからな。見てきたって別にそういう意味じゃなくて、あ、いや違わなくもないけど。
And there's that Tsundere complex again.
とにかく
She took a deep breath and looked up at me again.
あんたがベータ世界線から来たってことはあんたは過去に一度その世界を選択したってことでしょ。
Indeed. By the way, on a complete sidetrack note, I wonder how Kurisu would feel if Rintaro told her that her Amadeus counterpart was trying to get him together with her mentor, Maho Hyajo. Cruel as it may be, I would actually be lying if I said I wasn't interested in seeing that particular reaction from Kurisu. She was so far beyond what I could hope to be. I think Maho would agree with you there. In those brief moments she'd discovered all that. She was right about everything. But even so, I couldn't let her know that. Admitting that would mean admitting that I'd left her to die. And not only did we leave her to die on the Alpha World line, we were the ones that took her life on the Beta World line to begin with. There was no way I could do that. We're probably going to have to tell her at some point.
すまない。
In the end, that was all I said. But that was an admission, all the same, in Kurisu's eyes. But instead of looking sad, she...
謝るなバカ。あんたが自分で決めたことでしょうが。だったら自分の選択に自信を持ちなさい。
Maybe we should mention the fact that once we got to July 28th, we were the ones that inadvertently killed her thanks to worldline convergence. I wonder how she'd feel about that little revelation. She tried to cheer me up. That's right. Kurisu was right. I was the one who had chosen the beta world line. But
それにね、あんたは多分間違ってなかった。
I don't think we were wrong either, but that would come at a horrific
さっ
price.
き来たばっかりのあんたは知らないだろうけど、この半年間、あんたはずっと自分を責めてた。
In other words, the alternate Rintaro was blaming himself for giving up on Mayuri.
そんな素振り、私には決して見せようとしなかったけど。
It was the same. It was the same as what I'd gone through. It was the same as the beta world
で
line.
も、どうしてあげることもできなかった。だって、あんたの苦しみは私のせいだから。
In the beta world line, that pain is different.
私を生かすために、あんたは苦しんでたんだから。でもね、それも今日で終わり。
If only you knew how much we suffered when we let you die, Kurisu.
終わりにしなきゃいけないのよ。だってこのままじゃあんたはずっと罪の意識に苛まれて最後には押しつぶされちゃう。
Kurisu, you are mistaken about one thing. Guilt is eating away at Rintaro Okabe's heart and soul. He literally has your blood on his hands. He's not just being poetic. He murders you with the knife that Nakabachi was going to use to kill you.
どういうこと？
Even if it was pure accident. The same nightmare that Rintaro Okabe went through trying to save Mayuri on this world line is the same nightmare that he has to endure on the beta world line in which he
どっちにしても結局俺はずっと後悔するんだ。マイリを救えなかったこと、お前を救えなかったこと、アルファ世界線にいてもベータ世界線にいてもそれは変わらない。
So maybe I should just stay here, but it's pointless because this world line has no meaning.
しっかりしなさい、岡部倫太郎。
クリス、
なんて顔してるのよ。あんたらしくない。私の好きな法王院京馬さんはもっと自信に満ちた顔してなきゃ。
Hoen Kiyoma? You mean you actually loved that insane mad scientist? You loved that Chinibiyu nonsense? You loved being called Christina even though you said you despised it? Hoen Kiyoma, huh? It was a name I hadn't heard in a long time. As Rintaro once said to Kurisu on this very world line, Hoen Kiyoma? What a bunch of childish crap. He's fiction. Haven't you put that together? He doesn't exist.
あんたは正しい道を選択したの。マユリを助けるっていう選択を、それは決して間違ってない。
I believe now is probably the best time to reveal to Kurisu exactly how she died on July 28th. At the hands of Hoen Kiyoma, no less.
でも俺はお前を
He didn't just let you die. Worldline convergence forced him to murder you and... Who am I kidding? This isn't gonna work.
今あんたがここにいるのは、そうね、夢を見ているだけよ。
So you're telling Rintaro to go back to the world line in which he killed you himself. You should probably tell her that. As much as it would break you, Rintaro Okabe, this is something we need to tell Kurisu Makase in person when we have the chance. Do it! As Shia LaBeouf would say. I give up.
夢の中であんたは私に会った。ただそれだけのこと。と、そう思えば少しは気も楽でしょ。
It doesn't, because when we wake up from the dream where we met you, we wake into a nightmare where we killed you, physically, not just existentially. Kurisu sighed a little and laughed.
これだけ脳の研究が進んでいるのに、夢を見るメカニズムって実はまだ明確にはなっていないのよね。
Come to think of it, I don't really dream myself anymore. I mean, I used to when I was a kid, but I hardly ever dream anymore.
眠っている間に脳内では記憶の整理が行われている。その過程で発生するのが夢だっていう説もあるけど。
Really?
要するに、ここはベータ世界線のあんたが迷い込んだ夢の中の世界。あんたの頭の中を整理するためにね。
So Rintaro once again has to wake up to the nightmare of his own making.
そしてこれが夢ならいつかは目を覚まさなきゃならない。そうでしょ。
So when does he get to wake up from the nightmare, Kurisu? Riddle me that.
でもこれは夢なんかじゃない。現にこうして。
I reached out and touched her cheek.
現にこうしてお前はここにいるじゃないか。
感触だって脳が感じさせている機能の一つよ。
She took a quick step back. The sensation of her cheek disappeared from my fingers.
だいたいここにいてもあんたは幸せにはなれない。ずっと後悔の念を拭うことはできないの。そしてそれは私も同じ。
ベータ世界線でも変わらない。
That's what we've been trying to tell you this whole time.
俺はずっとお前を助けられなかったことを悔やみながら生きてきた。
The reason we couldn't save you was because we murdered you in cold blood. Well, not necessarily cold blood ourselves,
少なく
but
ともマユリは幸せでいられるでしょ。
マユリは
yes, Mayuri is happy. She doesn't know anything. Because that's what I wanted. I wanted her to know nothing and be happy. For now that wish was still coming true, but
あんたは
but she does
マユリに
know.
笑っててほしい。そう願ってる。私も同じなの。ということはやっぱりあんたの選択は間違ってはなかったってことよ。
That depends on your definition of right. I'd finally met her again, but she was here alive right in front of me, but
もう
she walked up to me without even trying to hide her frustration.
いい加減にしなさい、岡部倫太郎。一度出した結論でしょうが、あんたはここにいちゃいけないの。帰らなきゃいけない。夢から覚めなきゃいけないのよ。だってもうそうやって苦しむあんたを見ていたくないから。
Well, in the beta worldline, you get your wish. You don't get to see Rintaro suffer anymore like this because, first of all, you're dead in that beta worldline. But just because you're dead doesn't mean that he isn't suffering. He's still suffering. さあ、これ以上は時間の無駄よ。
私はやるから。
If only you knew the events of the beta worldline, Kurisu. At least you might not change your mind, but at least you might give it another thought. She turned away from me. I could feel the strength of her will, her resolve. I remembered what I'd seen just after I'd come to this worldline. Kurisu had just been standing there, in front of the Phonewave TBA. Thinking back, she probably already made her decision, without anyone knowing, without anyone to say goodbye to. She'd chosen to go to a world where she would no longer exist. It had probably taken her a long time and a lot of struggle to come to that decision. She probably asked herself 1,000 times if it was really the right answer. If this was what she had chosen after all that, I didn't have the right to stop her. It would be wrong. Even if it hurts. And it does hurt.
夢から覚める前に一つ約束して。
約束？
ベータ世界線に行ったら私のことは忘れなさい。
We can't make that promise because of a certain artificial intelligence who's fallen on rather hard times. We'll call her Amadeus Kurisu. That was just the opposite of what she'd said that day. That day, when I'd chosen the Beta Worldline, she said to me, "Don't forget me." But now she was asking for the opposite.
忘れるなんてそんなことできるわけないだろう。
She was always like that. She always cared about others more than herself. She always sacrificed herself. She was asking me to do this for my sake only. She didn't want to be forgotten. She hated being forgotten more than anyone else could.
言ったでしょ。これは夢よ。夢は普通起きたら忘れるもんでしょ。
Some people don't. She was stubborn and bull-headed. I would never be able to forget her. But
子供の頃に見た悪夢は今でも覚えてるぞ。
誰が悪夢な？誰が？
does the fact that we murdered you in the Beta Worldline count as a nightmare? It was all I could do to keep from breaking down. But that was probably the same for her. Not entirely. Because she doesn't know how she died.
私のことは忘れることは今日あったこともこれまであったこともそれが私の望みだから。
But Rintaro can't forget. The trauma of your death still haunts him. She turned around and stuck out her pinky finger. She forced it around mine.
指切り玄馬嘘ついたら海馬に電極ぶっ刺す。指切った。
Yeah, only the real Kurisu Makase would threaten to stab an electrode into somebody's hippocampus.
随分と語呂が悪いな。
It was really lame.
ほっとけ。
Her hand moved away from mine. Her gaze looked away from me. It was almost time to say goodbye. She was sending a message to the past. I knew it was the right thing to do. I knew This was what she wanted. But still.
Kurisu.
Our voices overlapped.
どうした？
あんたこそ何？
And cue the awkwardness yet
なん
again.
でもない。ただ呼んでみただけだ。
The name of the person I cared for.
偶然ね。私も同じ。
The name of the person I loved.
ねえ、あんたは覚えてる？私と
忘れられるわけがない。何しろ強烈だったからな。
I wonder about that.
それを言うならあんたの方こそ。あの時はまさかこんな風になるなんて思ってもみなかったわ。まさかあんな出会いでこんなにも。
Neither did I. Would lead to meeting someone so important to me. Not that I'd say it now.
まったくだな。
I couldn't say it, but
でも言っとくけど、私たちの出会いも覚えてていいのは今のうちだからな。
come to think of it, from the perspective of the Alpha worldline Kurisu, the first time that she met Rintaro Okabe was at the ATF seminar following the cancellation of Nakabachi's lecture at the radio building. But for Rintaro Okabe, the first time that he ever met Kurisu Makase in person was shortly after he heckled Dr. Nakabashi at his time machine presentation. And shortly after that, she died. Because of him. Even for a little.
世界線が戻ったら忘れなきゃいけないんだからな。
Even just for a second.
分かってるよ。
Just for an instant.
そんなに簡単に忘れられるんだ。
Just like that. Which means we're going to have to rely on Amadeus Kurisu. If it would last just a little longer.
お前が言い出したことだろ。
Her voice.
そうだけど、そんな風にあっさり言われちゃうと、それはそれでムカつく。
The way she moved.
忘れろと言ったり、忘れるなと言ったり、一体どっちなんだ？
Her smile.
冗談。嘘よ。嘘。
なんだ？嘘なのか？
そう。嘘。
Kurisu. If only you could have seen what we've seen with these eyes. Just a little longer, so that I could remember it all. Unfortunately, it's not to be, Rintaro. Would that it would be otherwise. And I was out of time.
岡部。それじゃあ。
It's the only way we can return to the Beta worldline. Those words were the sign that the magic was over.
ああ。
We go back to the worldline, where her death is not only on our conscience, but our very hands. There were a million things I wanted to say, but I stopped myself, Kurisu smiled, satisfied, and turned back to the Phonewave TBA. She probably already had the message ready. The Phonewave started to boom and crackle like thunder. Slightly different sound there, probably on the fact that it's a new model. But there is the telltale electrical discharge. There was a long, long countdown. The whole time, Kurisu faced away from me. And I just watched. The noise got louder. Will this really work? I wonder. The countdown continued. And then, it was time. Indeed it is. Kurisu turned around with a big smile on her face. Her voice was cut off by the roar. Fare thee well, Kurisu Makase. And the worldline changes to 1053649. And then I woke up from my short dream. Back in the Future Gadget Laboratory, a good old friend reading Steiner like a bad hangover. Of course, I've only ever been hungover once in my whole life, so far at least. Color gradually returned to my blacked out vision. The lab started to come back into focus. I could tell immediately that the worldline had changed. I could still see Kurisu when I closed my eyes, but she wasn't in the development room anymore. It was like the whole thing had been a daydream. I felt like I'd been caught in the boundary between dreaming and wakefulness. I was back to a world without Kurisu. This wasn't the Alpha worldline. There was no point in even bothering to check. A moment ago only Kurisu and I had been in this room. And now everyone was here.
Okari, どうしたの? 具合悪い?
Mayuri Shina is alive in the Beta Worldline, which means that Kurisu Makase is dead, once again because of Rintaro Okabe. Not just by letting her die in the Alpha Worldline, but by killing her in person in the Beta Worldline. But that is it for this episode of Let's Play Steins Gate 0. And when we return, adventurers, we'll have to talk to Maho at some point and see if we can't get in contact with Amadeus Kurisu and try to figure out who exactly is jamming outside signals. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.